Welcome to SAS, short and sweet tips for the business sector from the Case Mastermind Group. Please take us on to your second tip, please.
Okay, so the second tip is about what do you believe about yourself, okay? So we do a lot in terms of beliefs, and I help my clients to understand what beliefs they have about themselves and about their business. The reason why this is so important is because some of these beliefs can be helpful, yeah? And some of them not quite so helpful. I don't know whether you've ever come across a limiting belief, because what happens is if it limits you, it becomes almost a self-fulfilling prophecy, okay? So if you have a really core, strong belief about yourself that's not so helpful, whenever you move into a different situation, that belief tends to sort of pop up. So when you notice that, and it's like, oh, you know, that nagging voice almost, we call it auditory digital. It's just our thoughts, but it's that internal dialogue that we have. So to find your beliefs, it's just, if you had to eavesdrop on yourself, what would you be saying about yourself and about your business? Because that's what the customer will experience, even if you don't think that you're putting it out there. So let me give you an example. If you don't believe you're good enough, when you are then in front of a client or you don't believe in your product, how is your client going to believe in you or your product if you don't? Okay, so it's very much about understanding what your beliefs are and having those that are empowering, having those that serve you, because beliefs can absolutely impact on your motivation. So you may not even try if you don't have an empowering belief in that area. So you may not even make a start of doing something, may not even pick that phone up and speak to that person or go to that networking event, or, you know, even start the business if you don't have those empowering beliefs about yourself and also about your business.
Yeah, no, and I mean, these are things that we pick up along life's journey, aren't they? And we get them programmed into us with all these lovely people that we have around us, and but quite often, I mean, I say that in jest, because quite often these are people that have got our, you know, our well meaning. You know, for example, you know, when you're a child and you go to run out in the road, you go, don't go near the road, you know, it's really dangerous. And again, it can have an adverse effect later in life, can't it? And all of a sudden we're very jumpy and very nervous of traffic, and actually it's something that happened to us a long time ago. So yeah, there's that program.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we sort of download them. We collect them as we go through life. The great news is you don't have to collect them, and we don't have to, because what happens is once you have those beliefs, we gather evidence to make them even stronger. Yeah. So we go, see, I told you I couldn't do this, or I told you I couldn't do that. And we're sort of gathering the evidence to what we call protect our map of the world, protect that belief that we have, because it helps us to feel secure. And it's like, oh yes, I'm definitely right on that. And what we do is we look at, actually, is that belief serving you or not? And if it is, great. If it's not, then you can change it to something more empowering. So you're spot on, Patrick. We collect these through media, through the people we're with, through our journey of life. A lot of them we download from when we were younger. They may not even be our beliefs. We just collected them along the way. We're just like dragging all of these with us into our future and into our businesses. And actually, it would be cool to be able to put them down and say, that's not serving me. I'm going to have some more empowering beliefs. So yeah, so it's all about what's going on in our minds that can support and move your business forward. What beliefs do you need to have to enable that to be successful?
Yeah, sure. And I often hear people say that, you know, before you learn something, you've got to unlearn the learned behavior. So, I mean, what's your take on that, Emma?
Yeah, so there are some beautiful tools that enable you to do that really quickly. So that's the joy, and I know we're going to talk later on about NLP in a more general way of how much I absolutely love it. That's, for me, the biggest thing that when I discovered this, and it was about 9.5 years ago, it was like the best kept secret in the world. And I was like, how come I didn't know this stuff, right? How come nobody had told me that I can change beliefs quickly and easily, and that there's tools to do that? How come I didn't know that I could change how I feel? I could change my behaviors, and there's tools to enable you to do that. So it's, I don't know, some people might find the power of positive thinking enough. Personally, for me, it's not enough. It's really not enough just to go, oh, I just think positively and it'll all be great. I needed something more, and I needed those tools that enables me to actually have a shift and have that transformational change that I think is so important, because especially if you've got your own business, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you tend to be your business, right? People buy you, especially if you're a one-man band. So actually it is all about, you know, having those empowering beliefs to enable you, and those tools at hand to enable you to make it even easier to make that change. So yeah.
Excellent. Okay, well, thank you for that, Emma. Thank you for spending time with us today. This has been brought to you by the Case Mastermind Group. Please be sure to follow us in the links to this message. Please give your real, honest feedback on what you have just heard, and share what you enjoyed or liked the best. We really do check the feedback that we receive. Please also share with your friends who you believe could benefit from it, just to show you care. To our listeners, remember, no matter where you are on the mountain of success, let's enjoy the journey together to the top. We will see you there, my friends.